Ever since the day that you went away, you went away.
Hi guys, if you're new here, my name is Andra. I make mostly commentary videos, sometimes lifestyle as well. Today's video is something that I've been waiting on for the past week or so to see how the situation progresses, or in this case worsens. If you hear any noise in the background, I just want to give you a heads up. It's from fireworks outside because my neighbors, I don't know what they're doing, but they're throwing a party, whatever. So, without a crystal ball, Katie Joy, or I think in this case Katie Joyless, is a commentary drama journalist channel, and honestly I think she is more like the Shalon Lester of the commentary community, because she is very much like a tabloid magazine, like one of the like really controversial ones. She's not very adept at being a journalist, because journalists present facts, not opinions, but she likes to present her opinions as facts, which is beyond me. Like, how do you think that you're not gonna get in trouble for something like this? I mean, I guess if you want to call yourself a journalist, if you want to, you can compare yourself to newspapers such as Daily Mail here in England, which is like the worst newspaper ever. Like, always like tabloid, always drama, always racist and xenophobic articles. Like, it just sounds like something she would probably write. So I don't need a crystal ball to see how her channel is gonna crumble and collapse in a situation like this, and it's all of her own doing, you know? Let's begin with how she got in trouble for this situation. So I didn't even know who this channel was when I made my personal commentary channel. I only knew the big commentary channels. Somebody actually tried to be rude with me by saying something like trying to prop her up and insult me, like my quality of commentary compared to hers. And at that point my channel had only been like a week old, so I don't understand why you're bullying somebody who just started. And yeah, her fans are like rabid, and I don't know what more to say. But since then I've been like looking into her channel to see what kind of content she's producing and how I can maybe learn from her, but there's nothing really to learn from her. The situation that is currently happening is Tati Westbrook, the vitamin queen. I've made a video on her too because I do not like her either, but in the whole situation with Jeffrey, Shane and her, out of the three of them, she's obviously not as bad as the other two. Tati Westbrook is suing Katie Joy because Katie Joy has been slandering her online, making over 40 videos, and she's received, prior to this, 4 ceases and desists from Tati, and she didn't stop talking about her. Apparently she's also been warned by James Charles. Somebody was circulating the screenshots of the messages between them two, between James and Katie. So I don't understand. If you've been warned 4 times by Tati herself and her lawyers, and then once by James, and I bet a lot of times by your fans and subscribers, why not just stop? Why not go and find another target? You're bullying this woman who's like super rich. Of course she's gonna have the resources to sue you. I just don't understand the logic in this. Since the whole situation, she's been saying that all of the commentary and drama communities, both of them, because there's like an overlap at some point between drama and commentary, that we should rally behind her and support her, because something like this would set a precedent for all of our community, which I don't think it would, because none of us are paying to get access to private documents such as birth certificates, and none of us are targeting one person more than the others. Like, I think I'm pretty biased in my own life. Like, I don't like people like Jeffree Star and stuff, but I try to keep my videos as factual as possible, and if it's my own opinion, I will say clearly that's my opinion, I don't like this person. But when I present facts that, you know, happen, like scandals and stuff, I try to be as neutral as possible, because I know how easy it is to sway the audience's opinion from one direction to the other. Like, look at political propaganda. That's like the best example. It doesn't even need to be YouTube related. Her behavior towards Tati has kind of reached stalker levels, in my opinion, because I don't think I would have the energy to make 40 videos about a person who's only been involved in the drama with James Charles and maybe her vitamin scam that I was talking about, how she wanted to create immuno boosting vitamins during a pandemic, which is really shady. I've made a video on that. If you want to check it out, it's gonna be somewhere up on the screen. But that's pretty much everything that she's been into. And now with the recent lawsuit against Tati by her former business partner, that's 3 dramas and you made 40 videos. Like, you can easily make 40 videos with Jeffree Star because he's always in drama, but not Tati. Like, I just don't understand. So some of the stuff that she said that crossed the line, I'm gonna leave it on the screen. It's this saying that Tati's husband took his mother off oxygen, had her sign away the property that she didn't want him to have, and then he got his mom to sign off on mortgages totaling over nearly $1 million, so 900K, while she was not mentally capable. So that's basically like accusing someone of killing his mom and manipulating her into putting him on the will, which is a big accusation that you don't know that could have happened. She's also called Tati's husband a criminal, even though his crimes were drug related, and like, come on guys. I used to drink underage, like a lot back home. I smoked weed here in England a lot, which is not legal. It should be, but it's not. If I got in trouble for something like this, I would not consider myself a criminal. Like, it's not affecting anyone else's life. Drug charges. Like, it's insane. And he was like a child. He was a teenager. Why would you hold that against him? That's not crime. Like, well, legally it is crime, but like morally, that's not something that you should criticize people for. When someone calls someone else a criminal, you think about stuff like rape or, you know, like beating someone, like battery. Like, that's what you think about. You don't think about drugs. The way she described it is her husband has a lengthy criminal rap sheet and lawsuits that cover at least 6 states. Rather than her husband being a successful businessman, he appears to be a man that uses his intelligence to con, defraud, and steal. How do you know all of this? Just because he was in lawsuits, it doesn't necessarily mean that he was in the wrong. Because I feel like in this like whole like capitalist culture, businesses always sue each other. Like, you don't know the truth until you find the court records and find a lawyer to talk about it and explain what it means to you. Katie Joy is not a lawyer. She's not qualified to talk about court records. And other than Tati, you can see her behavior being like this with other people. Like, the way that she accused and kind of suggested that Chris Hansen lost his job at NBC because he's a creep, he's a pervert. And I don't like Chris Hansen. I've talked about it before in his interview with Jeffree Star. I feel like he was basically kissing his ass the whole time. I do not like him. I don't think he has the survivor's interest at heart. If people follow that whole situation, you know that he wants to make an Omniscient documentary. Well, he's going to be part of that production, and the survivors did not agree to this. So yeah, I do think he is money hungry, but I don't think that you can accuse him of being a creep and a pervert and potentially imply in a way that he's as bad as the predators that he's catching. No, that's not appropriate at all. And I feel like since Tati announced that she's gonna be suing Katie Joy, she's been kind of digging a bigger grave for herself, and I don't understand why not just get off the internet for a while. I mean, I guess she just needs all the money from her YouTube videos to pay the lawsuit. And I guess that's why she's threatening to sue everyone, because she needs that money to cover her own lawsuit with Tati, because apparently that's up to 5 million. I know up to can mean like a lot less than that, but it's insane. It's insane. You hired the lawyer who is egging you on, and when Killjoy was like on her live streams, her lawyer was in the chat. Like, don't you have other clients? Don't you have work to do? Why are you in the chat of your own client? That's unprofessional. That's like overstepping so many boundaries. I don't understand. Recently, she has made kind of 2 apologies separately. One of them was towards the commentary and drama channels, and one was just towards the whole situation of the lawsuit. And she focuses so much on freedom of speech, but at the same time, she's the one who's censoring her comments, who is letting her live streams be members only, so not everyone can comment, who is blocking people on Twitter for voicing their opinions. So is freedom of speech a good thing only when it concerns you, and we are not allowed to have the same freedom of speech as you? Why? What makes you special? What makes us less than you? She's also, in my opinion, weaponizing her fans a lot by singling out other channels that she wants people to bully. She's weaponizing her fans. She's sending them like an army onto those channels. And I honestly do not understand how she got so big. For me, it feels like she might have just bought subscribers, but that's just my opinion. That's not fact, but I've heard other people say that she did. Her views are quite small for her subscriber count, but at the same time, she's posting a lot. Like, I think she used to post like 4 or 5 live streams a day. Who's gonna watch that? Even if you're like a mega fan, you don't have time to watch all of this. So I can understand to some extent why the views don't match the subscribers. So that's why I'm not pinpointing at this and saying this is an accusation, because it's not. It's just my opinion. And what we know as a fact is that she's buying ads on her videos with Tati. Instead of just letting it go, you want to get even more clout out of this. You are only provoking Tati even more. Like, I don't understand why you would want to do this. I just don't think she's right in the head. I think she needs a break from the internet, because I feel like she's having like a mental breakdown. And I'm not saying this in a way to like be judgmental. Like, I've had a long battle with mental illness. This is not like a, oh my god, making fun of her for having whatever problems. No, this is something that I'm advising people who have a mental health issue. I'm advising them to take a break, take a step back when you need to. Don't involve yourself in situations like this, because it's only gonna make it worse for you. She's digging her grave deeper and deeper every day. She is adding weird disclaimers to her videos now to say that it's her opinion, but she's always been presenting her opinions as facts. So I think that is her attempt at like cleaning up her mess, but it's not really doing much, in my opinion. Her whole apology was just her deflecting and blaming trolls. How convenient to blame anonymous people on your own issues. How fucking convenient. And after that, she's just been lying and lying to people. So one of the things that really upset me is that she falsely accused someone of sexual harassment like years ago, and that is public information, so that's not a lie. She accused that person, and she wanted like a restraining order, I believe, and wasn't granted one, which likely means that even though maybe it happened, I'm not saying, we don't know, but if the judge decided it didn't happen, you cannot condemn someone who was already declared innocent. Legally, there's no grounds on that. But at the same time, she's the one who's calling a child who was abused a brat. And later on, she denied that. She said that, no, it's not true. But we have receipts. So how are you gonna deny a video of yourself speaking and saying those words? You should have just let it go and apologized and said that maybe that's not what she intended.
No.
She was just being a brat and wanted to stay with her dad. Part of me thought she was just being bratty. Like, she would just go from crying to fine, from crying to fine. And it reminded me of when my son pitches a fit.
And another thing that I didn't realize, I have made a video previously talking about how me, as a rape survivor, I don't think it's normal for people to weaponize us. People like Jeffree Star, Sanders Kennedy, and now I can say her as well, have been weaponizing survivors. I did not know this when it happened. I would have included her in the video if I'd known. But Without a Crystal Ball has been intervening onto the videos that Sanders Kennedy made, in which he accused Shane Dawson of being a rapist and of having survivors or victims or whatever in real life, which was not true. And Without a Crystal Ball reported on it and gave a fake detective name to say that that is the person you need to contact if you are a survivor of Shane Dawson. And that name was not mentioned in the Sanders Kennedy video. She made it up. She made it up to make it look like she had more proof in this situation. That is the most disgusting thing that someone could ever do, in my opinion. If you are reporting on a false story because you think that is true, that you trust the source, and then you are later proven wrong, that's fine. But if you invent details and just put them into the story, you insert them there, it means that you are doing this intentionally, that you know what you're doing, that you know that at least those details, if maybe the story with Shane was true, maybe she actually believed that it was true, fair. but the details you included, you know they are not true. How can you do something like this? How money hungry do you have to be to do something like this? It's just disgusting. We are not props. We are not banks to give commentary channels money out of my fucking PTSD and my fucking trauma. She's also like a massive bully. So she's been bullying other creators like Creepshow Art, Angelika Oles, Nick Snider, Dustin Dailey, Rich Lux, and you know, the thing is, instead of getting this clout out of causing drama with these people, you could have actually made friends in this community. Like, I'm a small YouTuber, I would love to have more friends in the commentary community. And I don't understand why you want to be the enemy of everyone. Like, you could have just been friends with these people. You could have, you know, shared sources with each other and actually improved the quality of everyone's videos by doing stuff like that. But no, you just want to be first, you want to compete with everyone. But these people are not competing with you. These people are thriving, they're minding their business. You're the one who is creating this imaginary competition. Always, you're saying that you're not gonna sue any of the commentary channels, but you're always threatening that you have your lawyer in your phone. Obviously you have your lawyer in your phone. He's your lawyer, you're gonna have his number. Why are you being like this? Who do you think you're scaring? Saying that drama channels are getting paid by different influencers to make certain videos and portray other people in a certain light. Even if they were, you cannot prove it. So unless you have proof, stop making claims that you think that people are going to take everything you say as fact. They're not. And I'm gonna say, you know, if you want to find out more about this, you can watch Angelika Oles and Creepshow Art, because they've both talked about how Katie Joy has been harassing them personally, especially Shannon Creepshow. For ages, she's been trying to get a shout out from her, and when Shannon said no, she literally turned around and started bullying her. And I just don't understand. That is not the way to make friendships and get shout outs. Just grow up. When she received the support from Keemstar, which was for like 5 seconds, because after that Keemstar retracted his support. She received it in a live stream, I was watching that, and she was literally going crazy, like, oh my god, Drama Alert is like supporting me. And she like talked about it for like 10 minutes because she wants people to know how well liked she is in the community, but no one likes her. She was saying that H3 is like friends with her, and yeah, you're friends with a Zionist, congratulations! I hope the Palestinian kids that these people are killing are being thankful that you are friends with him. And saying that PewDiePie supports her, I do not believe that. PewDiePie seems like such a chill guy. Like, I don't think that he would support someone like this. Unless it's because he doesn't like Tati. In which case, I don't think that's fair. I don't think you should, just because you don't like someone, support the enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of thing. Like, I don't think you should approach it that way. And if PewDiePie were to do this publicly, I would criticize it, even though I like him. And yes, I know he's made mistakes in the past, but I like him, so whatever. And now on to the last bit, which is her attitude towards LGBTQ plus people. I know that she said she's come out as bisexual, and I feel bad for her. I'm bisexual, and I understand that because she's in a straight relationship, people are saying that they don't believe that she is actually bisexual. I've been through that. I've been through, like, if you're with a guy, how do you know, whatever. Like, I feel for her on that side of things. However, I do not think it's normal to sell ugly ass LGBTQ plus merch unless you're donating it to a cause, like donating the profits. I don't know if she is, but like, look at the merch though. Like, no. And I have heard rumors that her husband is transphobic. Again, this is not fact, this is only something I've heard. So don't take it as fact. I wasn't able to find proof on this. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt if you want. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is the fact that she said that she was victim of a hate crime because she had a pride flag in her garden or in front of her house or her porch or something like that, and that her neighbors broke the flag, like torn the fabric down. And while that might be true, as far as I could find posts about her admitting or coming out as bisexual, the post that she made in which she said she's bisexual was made after this whole hate crime debacle. So that makes me feel like she wanted to be kind of the victim more than it was necessary. Because I know sometimes allies do this. Like, I was unfortunately someone who's witnessed my friends online being like, I'm supporting BLM and now my family doesn't like me, and like stuff like this. Like, you're an ally, you don't have to receive a trophy for being a nice human being or decent even. So that's how I felt when I first saw the video without knowing that she's bisexual. I felt like she was trying to get ally sympathy points. So I feel like she should have made it clearer that she is bisexual and that she feels personally targeted for her orientation rather than for her support for the other LGBT people. I just feel like that needed clarification. I'm not going to criticize her for when she chooses to come out or how much she chooses to speak about this because it's personal. But my personal opinion is that I took it the wrong way without research. And then after I researched, I realized why she was so upset about it. And I feel like people, when we're public figures, we shouldn't make things like this. We shouldn't leave them ambiguous. We should actually say what we're thinking without leaving room for interpretation, because you never know what the audience is gonna think. Since I filmed this video, a lot of things have happened, and I thought I'll just pop in and quickly talk about it. So I briefly showed a screenshot of the fact that in a Discord chat, Without a Crystal Ball has doxed Creepshow Art, Shannon, and I'm glad that people have removed that dox, but I still think that that is out of line, and I hope that Shannon does take legal action if she can. I don't really know how it works in the States, but it's just this very, very distressing, especially considering that I know that Shannon had someone who stalked her, so I can imagine that that's bringing like really bad triggers. And other than that, I don't really know what's gonna come out of that, so I'll just follow the situation and see. And I also wanted to say that I've seen a comment by somebody mentioning that the fact that Katie Joy keeps saying that my lawyer said this, my lawyer said that, it might actually break the attorney-client confidentiality or privilege or something like that. So it might actually give her some repercussions when it comes to the legalities of it. And I don't really know, to be fair. Again, I don't live in America, so all of this is like really new to me, and even here in Europe I have not heard of something like this. I'm gonna try to look into it more if I ever make a future video on this subject, but right now I don't know, it's feeling unlikely. The thing is that it might make sense that this is true, because as soon as somebody pointed it out to her and said that this is gonna get you in trouble with your lawyer, it's gonna like invalidate the trial or whatever, she started deleting the tweets, and I couldn't find any screenshots or anything, but I've seen the replies, and then it said above it like, this tweet has been deleted. So it's just like really weird because of how stubborn she is. Like fucking like Karen Joy, she's really stubborn, so she's not gonna back down unless she actually has to. So it's becoming more and more likely, I think. Someone else also called her something really funny. So when I was making this video, I called her Katie Joyless, but someone else called her Katie Killjoy, so I just thought it's funny. And I like Karen Joy as well. I have seen comments that were really funny saying that they think that her behavior is an attempt at getting pity from the Westbrooks, because it's kind of like using the insanity plea in this situation. She's trying to act as crazy as possible so that they take pity on her and just leave her alone and drop the whole charges. But I don't think that that's what's happening. I don't think that she's that calculated. I just think she's having a breakdown, and someone from her close friends or relatives or whatever needs to tell her to get off the internet, because She's only making it worse for herself at this point, and I don't understand. She's like deactivated her Twitter, then reactivated it, and yeah, it just feels like you're watching like a mental breakdown live in real time, and it's crazy. I thought the best way to end this video would just be to talk about what's been happening with Killjoy. She's been deleting a lot of videos. She's also been losing subscribers. Not that many, which is suspicious, but at the same time maybe people are just subscribed to her to watch the train wreck. I don't know. Let me know what you think about this, guys, because I think this is the best way to like kind of end this saga. And if anything else crazy happens, I might make an update, but I don't know. So with this, I'm gonna end my video. I'm gonna be leaving some really good videos from other people who describe the whole situation in description down below, as well as my videos that I've mentioned in previous instances in this video, like the other Tati video that I've made, some of the Jeffrey stuff that I've made, Sanders Kennedy video, because they are related to this situation. And I'll let you guys go. Let me know how you feel about this in the comments down below. If you've ever liked her or if you still like her, let me know why, and maybe I can like try to understand, because as soon as somebody told me to watch her, I did not like her instantly. And sometimes you just feel something off about a person. Like, I don't understand. Being a journalist, it requires a lot of education and studies and time to hone your craft. Like, people go to university for this, and they don't go to university for this only for a random person on the internet to say that she's a journalist. Like, I did film in university, so I spent 3 years learning film, and I still wouldn't call myself a journalist because I did film production, not journalism. And I don't think she did either of these two things. So I really don't understand how she's like calling herself a journalist when people have accreditations to become journalists. But yeah, let me know how you feel about this in the comments down below. Like this video if you like it, or dislike it if you like her. I don't care. Engagement's good. So subscribe to my channel for more commentary and lifestyle. Give me any video suggestions in the comments down below if you want, because I am open to suggestions. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.